There we go. My goodness. Now there's sound. I don't know what's going on. My computer froze at the beginning. God, we've had second week of technical problems. Anyway, here we are, Douglas Block, live stream. What the heck is it? Is it 12:17? We got a late start because of daylight savings time. Well, I'm here now, and can you hear me okay, everybody? Get that hair combed. Now it's working. Yes, yes, yes. Always virtuous woman. Sana Ismail, Brian, Mike, let's her outlive. Okay. Well, what can I say? I don't know why it wasn't working at the beginning, but I have to restart my computer every time before I go on live stream. That's what I decided to do. Anyway, Douglas Block, live chat number 138. Daylight savings time is gone. Aren't you all sad? I can't take my late day bike rides anymore. Wow. I mean, it's going to set at 4:50 p.m. How is everybody else dealing with it right now? But we do have sun outside in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to go for a quick bike ride soon. And welcome, yes, better late than never. Hey, Payne to Pin, how's it going? Feeling any better? Stephen, nice to see you from Canada. Andrea, Danielle, yes, how is it, Houston? I still want to see Joel Osteen one of these days. And I'm going to drink some green tea. So, what can we do? Well, I still haven't, about the last, I think, video I posted was how to overcome social anxiety, but I will be posting a new video in 2 weeks called How Do You Know When You're Really Recovering from a Bout of Clinical Depression? What signs can you look for to say that you're getting better? Well, that should be a really interesting video. I'm also going to do one on microdosing. I think that's really popular in terms of mushrooms, helping people regain their equanimity and their mood. And bomb threat at Joel's church? My God, that's horrible. When did this happen? I'm a great fan of Joel Osteen. I think he's, a very interesting character. Anyway, Danielle, when did this kill it? In the South, you lived in Boston for 20 years and the days were short. Yes, where are you now, Kelly? By the way, I'm going to send you that material to review that you promised me you would later today. Look for it. What do you do if you have severe social anxiety, says the Weekend Wolf? Overthinking, rumination, depression, and you can't go outside because of the paranoia. What do you do? Well, the first thing you do is you find someone who specializes in social anxiety and hook up with them and start getting some treatment. If you watch my video, I talk about exposure therapy. Maybe one day you'll open the door, then you'll step onto the front step, then the front lawn, then the mailbox. Very, very small increments of getting exposed. Social anxiety can be treated, but you need to do it with a qualified mental health professional. And by the way, we said at the beginning of this, there was a disclaimer said that this is for informational purposes only. I know a lot. I've been doing this for 50 years, but if you are symptomatic, you do need to see a qualified mental health professional, psychiatrist, psychologist, and someone, of course, Taco Platter. There you are with your $5 donation. We can count on you. If you continue to sweep your floor at the same pattern over and over again, does that mean you're ruminating? Did everybody hear that? Raise your hand if you think it's good. Taco, did you just make that up? Hey, Sally O in Devon, England. It's dark here, but I'm sat in front of a nice open fire. Feels like I have company when the fires are right. Yes, I agree with you. I used to have a regular fireplace, but it got too exhausting to cut and chop wood, so now I have a gas fireplace. Is what still broke? I don't know. Can you do a video on loss of love? One for people who have been illness? Well, I do have a video called the #1 source of depression, loss of love. So, but I was going to do one called How to Survive the Loss of a Love, so that would be very helpful, don't you think? MD Nixon, I'm now in Innsbruck, now in Australia. A new chapter in my life begins. Feeling a lot of anxiety at the moment. Don't know if it's the right way. Motivate me, haha. But no, for real, I think I need positivity. Well, give it to yourself. Get it from the live chatters here. Get it from your counselor. Read inspirational books. There's lots of positivity out there. Go on YouTube. There's inspirational videos galore that you can start your day with. But you're doing the right thing. You're making a try. But the thing, when people look back on their lives, I'm 70, it's not the things they did that they regret, but the things they didn't do. So, better you try for this psychology thing in Austria and fail than not try at all. You have severe test anxiety. It's almost finals week. Well, Hayden Sanders, I used to be a tutor. I used to help people with test anxiety. Close your eyes, see yourself going through the test. It's going to be okay. Do the easy problems first. Anyway, find someone to work with. Yes, Stephen, how do you get a Canadian to apologize? Step on his toes. Here in New Zealand, sitting in my car by the beach watching the waves. Well, that sounds nice. How depressing. The depression group was technically missed for 20 minutes. Yeah, well, thank you for guys hanging in there. I'm next week, Friday night, Saturday night, I'm going to restart my computer and clear the screen. Too many windows open at the same time. Beta blockers help with text anxiety. You're absolutely right, MD Nixon. Excellent point. So Alden, go see your doctor and see if you can see what he thinks about giving you those. Are you familiar with EMDR? I've known about it about 40 years. My therapist wants me to try it. Sunshine since 1986. Go for it. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. Your therapist is telling you what to do. All I can tell you, I've seen it have results. So it's your choice. But I would go ahead and if your therapist suggests it and you feel okay with it, then give it a try. But I've seen good results from it, and it's widely used in the psychological community. Intense exercise helps me every time with anxiety. Just need to remember to do it. So yeah, the test anxiety person, go for a mile run before you take your test. Pain to put. Hey Doug, I quit my treatment with my last psychologist. The next day says I'm too heavy to treat. Any tips? Well, go find someone who will treat you. You're too heavy to treat. That's ridiculous. I was, suicidal. I did ECT. I got better. There's nobody who's a lost cause. Find someone who will take you on. Depression, anxiety, how to fight my negative future thoughts? Well, that's the $64,000 question. I do have a video. I'd have two videos that would be helpful. Where's Lazy Eye Ranch? She's probably confused by the daylight savings time. So, Three steps to overcoming worry. There you have it. Yeah, so that's one of the keep Portland weird. Yes, I like that. What was I going to say? Yeah, so 3 steps to overcoming worry is one of the things. And the other one that you want to think about is this is about dealing with worry. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate your donation. It looks like it's $5 Canadian. I have no idea what the exchange rate, but thank you. The last time I saw a psychiatrist, she literally said, "No, I can't help you," because she thought I wanted drugs. What does she mean by that? Antidepressants are drugs. You guys got to find people who will be helpful. Olivia Cateau, hey Doug, do you have an advice to fight procrastination? That's a big one. So many people, that's a very good question. There's books on it. I would say break whatever you're doing into small increments and just take one tiny step, and it won't seem overwhelming. But a problem a lot of people have, there are books written on it. I would go type those words in YouTube and see what you get, or go to the library. But I would say break things down to manageable parts and start in tiny steps. Wow. Thank you, MD Nixon. Next week, MD Nixon's doing a really, really brave thing. He's moved from Germany to Austria, going to school to get his degree in psychology. He's taking a risk. Everybody hold him in the light. We'll look forward to what you're saying. Mr. Block is 55. You mean 55 people watching, or I'm 55 years old? No, I'm 70. Something sounds like paradise. Probably watching the waves in New Zealand. Just switch over from another live chat. Well, hi, James D. Nice to see you again. Taco Platter. Somebody said that the depressed can sleep all night, feel tired just because they spend all night in REM sleep. I think that's true. I'm not quite sure, but yes, one of the cardinal symptoms of depression, you get plenty of sleep and you still wake up exhausted. Taco Platter, can you look that up and get back to me about that? And I still keep saying I'm going to get a better one of these things, but here it is. DouglasBlock@gmail.com. Whoops. Here we are, douglasblog@gmail.com. Email me and let me know what you find out about why people with depression have poor sleep. Make sense, Taco Platter. I'm almost tripping at night. Wow, you must be having lucid dreams. Hey, Tony Issue, nice to see you again. All right, who in here is on meds? I am. I bet half the people are basically on meds. Is facing the fear of anxiety a good treatment for anxiety? Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. A very popular book by Susan Jeffers. And remember, the greatest fear is the fear of not being able to cope. So just tell yourself, Doug, I can handle it. Mike, say, Mike, I can handle it. What do you do when you have more reasons to end your life than to live? Well, I'm writing a book on that right now, and I would say that you go ahead and try to find additional reasons to live, and also think about a couple of things, like what would it do to the people who are left behind, or what if you don't succeed? You know, you could be crippled for life. Things like that. Those are two good deterrents. Or, you know, remember, there's no do-overs, you know. What if you realize you've made a mistake, right? There have been cases of people jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge, and as soon as their hand left the railing, they said, everything I thought in my life that was unfixable is in fact fixable. So I would really, well, first of all, I would call, you know, the National Suicide Helpline if you're in America, or if you're not, call your local crisis line. It sounds like you're probably in the Middle East from your name. Hi, Mr. Block. It's my first time here. Could you please explain what this channel is about? Yes, this channel is about sharing with people my 50 years of experience, both personally and professionally, of coping strategies and practical tools to overcome and heal from anxiety and depression. This is the Depression Recovery channel. What I do with you is I share my personal experience and my experiences of other people, and your guys share your experience. It's all about you know, becoming victors as opposed to victims, and achieving mental health recovery. If there are 3 words that this channel is about, and I'll type them right here. Oh, Prestige, yeah, it's a fun medication. Okay, who asked that question? I'm going to do this in bold. Mental health recovery. There is right there. So, does that make sense, the person who asked that question? Yeah, very good, Mike Peltier or Peltier. Thank you for acknowledging that if you take small steps towards your goal, it really does help with procrastination. And the whole damn world is on meds. Lazy I was here before the room rebooted. Well, oh well. So, GG, did I answer your question about this channel is about mental health recovery? Again, we are offering information, we are offering support, hope and healing on this channel. And again, advising you that if you do have a mental health issue, find a good practitioner. There are lots of them out there. Sonnet Ishmael, I think you and I have communicated by email. Can antidepressants actually worsen your depression? No, they're not ruining your brain chemistry for good. No, your brain can you know, it's called plasticity. Your brain can reconfigure itself. You know, sometimes antidepressants simply don't work for people, but you got to keep trying them. And if nothing works, then, you know, there's always more ways to rebalance your brain. But no, you're not going to have your brain chemistry ruined for good. Hey, Cheyenne. God, I haven't heard from you in ages. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'm doing well. And what about you? You said you suffered 4 serious depressive episodes. Which was the worst and why? The worst one, and Taco Platter, since you've been a wonderful donator, email me and I will send you this book, ebook, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide for Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. 1996 was my worst one. Why? Because I had tremendous agitation as well as the depression. Horrible to be depressed and yet jumping out of your pants at the same time. I would go back and forth, back and forth. Oh my God, I couldn't sit still. Oh my God. Anyway, it was really bad. So yeah, that was like touch and go every day of my life. Am I going to stay here? And I did, because I knew I had, well, I know, I was just stubborn. I was afraid of death. I didn't want to hurt the people I love, and I believe in reincarnation. And you can't ever escape your problem. So that person who talked about having more reasons to die than reasons to live, that's not true. The life force, the survival instinct is more powerful. You just got to reach out for help and get support and find those reasons. Lazy Eye Ranch, what is going on? Well, I'm late for the game because for the second straight week my computer had technical problems, but I figured out a way around it. I'm going to reboot the computer. I've restarted before we start any of these sessions, get a clean slate. How do I interview for a good therapist? Find referrals from your family doctor, from friends, and the first thing to do, and the most important thing to do as MD Brooklyn, is see, do I feel comfortable with this person? How do I feel? Does this person seem warm and non-judgmental and inviting? Because it's not the technique, it's not their training, but it's the relationship that you have with the therapist that's going to be the most important thing to determine your healing. Can moving help with depression? You mean moving your house or getting up and down, jumping up and down the stairs or running? Thank you, Chris Geiser. It's nice to see you here again. Wow. Thanks for coming back. It is daylight savings time gone. How many people here, raise your hands if you are sad about the fact that we are back to standard time and it is setting in Portland, Oregon at 4:50 versus 5:50 p.m. All my late afternoon bike rides are squashed. I'm going with my partner Joan to look for a bed for her. When I come back, it'll be 5:10. Normally, I'd be able to ride, and now I can't. I'm very bummed out by it. How many people think we should be on standard time, at daylight savings time, all year round? Any good tips of looking at yourself in the mirror with hatred? Yes. Tell yourself, I love you just the way you are. You're good enough. Whatever affirmations. Pretend you're looking at your best friend, or you've just had a child and you're looking at that newborn baby. Give that love that you would give to a newborn child to yourself. It's hard. It's really hard. You got to practice it. Adela Kozlik, hey, another regular. Pain to win. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for something. Yes, nobody is perfect. If we did something, learned a lesson, we become stronger. Yes, Pain to Win. I did a wonderful video on that. It's called Forgive Yourself for Your Mistakes. Forgive. Hey, Joan, are you there? Yes. Last Sunday was Joan's birthday. Nobody wished her happy birthday. Actually, a couple of you did. You should wish. Joan, you want to say hello to the boys and girls? Joan is camera shy, but she's a Scorpio. Scorpios are very private people, but have Leo at the midheaven. As you can see, I love having my weekly TV show. Always wanted to be Mick Jagger. Get up on stage, which I have because I used to do public speaking. Anyway, give Joan a belated happy birthday. Thank you. Yes. Well, Gigi, if you struggle with anxiety and depression, you've come to the right place. And the other thing you should do, quite frankly, you should go to my website, healingfromdepression.com, right here. It's been going for 20 years. Everything I know about healing from depression is on that site. Oh, yeah, is Taco in Canada? I guess he must be. Scorpio, don't believe in the signs. Well, I wrote 2 books on it. I guess I must believe. You're in British Columbia. Wow. Hello, Joe. My son was a Scorpio, and she was wonderful. My mom was a Scorpio. Sorry, happy birthday. Lazy Eye Ranch from California says, happy birthday, Joan. Cheyenne, Stephen Dunnett from Canada. You're getting happy birthdays from all around the world here. Thank you. Moving can help with your depression situation. Do you mean moving places? Because moving from one house to another or moving out of your apartment is very stressful. Moving often causes depression. Jem from the UK, my God. Are we 8 hours apart? Well, depression, physical anxiety, come and go. So, hey, guys, it's right now, my time, it's 12:35. It must be 8:35 in the UK. Is that correct? What can I do about hopelessness? Oh, my goodness, Cheyenne, I'm writing a book on that. Will you please email me, and I will send you the chapter. I think. What's your last name again? I know I have your email address. Cheyenne, will you please, I need to get your feedback, and it's lowercase, Doug. Hold on. DOUGLASBLOCH at G. There it is. Joe, we love because live with Doug and he helps us all out. How's the cat? Hey, Tony Issue, is Bruce Blanc inside? We've had 12 straight days of beautiful sunshine with a high near 60. in October, November. Can you believe it? Bruce goes out every day. He is such a happy cat. As soon as it gets cold, he becomes a wimp and he comes by the fireplace. Yes, 8:35 exactly, 8 hours apart. Good news is I get medical insurance next month and I'm making plans to find an LCSW. Licensed clinical social workers are the best. The best therapists I've ever had have been LCSWs. The cat is good. Bruce is good. He gets overpriced grain-free cat food. When he meows, we open the door. When he meows, we let him out. Meows out, meows in. The guy gets everything he wants. No stress. Christopher Conslaves, exercise really works. Truly one of the best practices that helps me cope. Yes, Christopher, go baby. I've done 5 videos on exercise. Check them out. It is the panacea for depression. You've given me a big smile. Thank you, Douglas. And belated happy birthday to Joan. Love from UK. A Gemini. Wow. Maybe that's why you're called Gem. Oh, is Gem short for Gemini? Very good. You know, the jack of all trades, the master of none. Very versatile. You should be in public speaking, writing, teaching. Rosie Bank. Oh, no, that's awful. They shouldn't be able to just change their minds. Grr. It's, what is it, 22:36, 10:36 in Romania? Wow, it's 10 hours difference, isn't it? What's going on with Rosie Bank? Like, so many of you people are, and by the way, yes, you know, Adela, that my mother and her parents come from Romania. What? Rosie Bankel, I was given a bank loan and I spent some and the bank took it back and said it wasn't good to spend to pay another loan? Wow. That's horrible. Well, how much did you spend? And maybe they can give you, expand your other loan to cover that. 038, and where is Mauritius, Elodie Cateau? That is 12:38 a.m. So you're 12 hours ahead of us. Can you tell me what country you're in? Love to you, Stephen Donette. Is it Donette or Danae? Well, I can't hear you. You're a Libran. Well, Librans are balanced. They seek social contact and social community, fairness. They make good judges, you know. Try to see things from both sides of view, the point of view. I'm a Pisces. Pisces are either artists, healers, or victims, and I've been all three. They also are the sign of sorrow and also the sign of a great compassion. See, look, the people who've gone through the most pain, the people who've really been to hell and back, they're the ones who are the most compassionate. And I've been to hell 4 times, and a lot of you have, probably all of you have. It's not intuitive, Gem, it's your birth sign. Astrology's been around for a long, long time, much more than the English language. So where is Mauritius? Someone can, Joan, can you find my phone? I want to look up this thing, will you? Yes. I'm looking up where you are. Joke time, please. Oh, yes, thank you. Live chat jokes. Why was the math book so sad? Because of all of his problems. Number 1. What does the ice cream man do when his truck breaks down? Well, he puts cones out. That's 2. What do you call a prisoner taking his own mug shot? Let's try it again. What do you call a prisoner taking his own mug shot? A selfie. CELLFIA. Race of Little Island near South Africa. Wow. I would love to come visit you, Elodie. Did you hear about the cannibal who was late for dinner? He got the cold shoulder. This is my favorite. My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. Do you see what a great pun that is? He had to put his foot down like, I'm not taking it anymore, and when you put your foot down, you know, flamingos are always on one foot. Why am I explaining this to you? How many of you like these jokes? Okay, one more. This is probably, you know, I tried to buy some camouflage pants the other day, but I couldn't find any. Okay, Mr. Brooklyn, are you happy? 6 jokes. Yes, Cheyenne, I definitely want to send you that chapter on hope. I gotta find your email first. Hold on, everybody. Just give me a second. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to cut and paste Cheyenne's email address. Okay, what are we going to do here? We have to go here. You know what? I'll just memorize it. That's what I'll do. I have a good memory. Cheyenne, 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 Espinola1@gmail.com. Got it. Okay, what else is going on? Thanks, Cheyenne. Wow, you like the jokes. Cool. I'm going to buy your astrology book soon, Douglas. Why, you've written a book on astrology? Yes, it's the most popular introductory book in the world. We're making oodles of money. Oh, anyone in Central Florida? Yeah, I used to live in the east side of Florida. Okay, so the book, Gem, is called Astrology for Yourself. Dogs are great, but they'll have a good think first about the responsibility. Yes, but they are so helpful. Do you know that dogs can even help people with schizophrenia? Can you believe it? I'm telling you guys, having an animal as a companion is so good for the soul and for the mental health. Anyone here been on Ambien? Yes, I've taken it. Well, you know, I've taken Ambiusana and I take it as needed, like every couple of days. So I've not become dependent upon it. If you're taking it every day, you may want to talk about that with your doctor. Actually, one of my good friends has been taking it for 10 years. Can you believe it? So not recommended, but talk to your doctor about your concerns about getting dependent on it. Yes, I agree with Lazy Ranch about dogs being helpful. I've never talked about the death of my parents. Well, my mother died in 2002 at the age of 85. I was 53. My father died in 2005 at the age of 92. I was 56, and you know, I was able to cope. I live across the country, and I guess, you know, I at some point got emotionally, you know, independent. Of course, you know, losing your parents is a bummer, but it was not make and break. Now, breaking up with girlfriends or having a divorce with Joan, that's what put me over the top. But if you're concerned about your not being able to cope when your parents died, then I would definitely, you know, talk to your therapist about that, and you know, definitely get back and deal with that in therapy. That would be really good. And I just lost the live chat. Maybe I'll find it right here. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry about that temporary. Okay, does that help, by the way, what I said about the loss of parents? Yeah, it's a big deal for many people, and you can cope. The biggest fear we have is the fear of not being able to cope. You can cope with the death of your parents with the right kind of support. You may need to work it out with a therapist and abandonment stuff, but yeah. Hey, Diney Elson, nice to see you again. My doctor won't give any form of sleeping pills. How can I convince her I'm not suicidal? Well, ask her why not. There's also over-the-counter things that are, you know, are not you don't need a prescription for, like antihistamines. Before you even do that, talk to your doctor. Ask her why you're not taking. She's not giving you sleeping pills. And oh yeah, by the way, there are antidepressants that help people sleep that are not addicting, and many psychiatrists do prescribe them. So why don't you ask them about that? Amitriptyline, Remeron, and Trazodone. Again, not recommending, not prescribing, but these things do work. Ask your doctor what she thinks, because they are antidepressants and they do not cause dependence. So I hope that helps, MJ Brooklyn. I recommend a pet, especially a dog, to help us heal. Yep, I agree. My parrot was on my shoulder, but my cat stopped. He started screaming. I had to put the noisy back in his cage. He loves videos. Yes, well, your parrot's smart. Danny Olson, $20. Thank you so much. What a sweetheart. Well, I'm definitely going to send you a copy of this ebook. Will you please put down your email address or email me? douglasblock@gmail.com. I know, I got to get this. It's just got schmutz on it. First thing when I get off the phone. I've got two of them that are bad. Anyway, Danny, please send me your, please go ahead and send me your email address. I really want to hear it, know it, so I can go ahead and send you that book. Susan McDonald, $10. Thank you. Wow. Anytime, MJ Brooklyn. Anybody with the last name of Brooklyn is great. My mother was born in Brooklyn, New York. The Brooklyn Dodgers. Don't you remember Ebbets Field? You've been there, haven't you, Mr. Brooklyn? I'm joking. They left in 1959, way before you were born. Yeah, Danny, email me. I will send you a copy of that book. My Labrador is looking at me right now. I love golden retrievers. Anyone ever had a golden retriever? They're so sweet. However, I was traumatized by a Doberman Pinscher when I was young. Barked at me, I almost jumped out of my skin. All right. Thank you again, Danny, and thank you, Susan. Nice to see you. How's life in Virginia? How's your teaching going, huh? Can't wait to get my puppy soon. Wow, Christopher Gonzalez. Well, puppies are adorable, but they are a lot of work, especially at the beginning. Whoever said dogs are very labor intensive was absolutely right. What's my favorite Star Trek? I don't know. It was so long ago I watched them, I forgot. Pain to a Pin. Did I answer your question about the death of parents? You can get through it, but you'll need support. Ambien, yes, there are antidepressants out there that can help that are not addicting. All right. When the new book is out, you should do a tour. Yeah, right. Anyway, Jem, did you get the book? It's called Astrology for Yourself. I wrote it down. Prem London 2010. I'm in, whoops, we're kind of running out of battery. Yikes. I'm in the Netherlands. My doctor prescribed me Wellbutrin and citalopram, 20 milligrams together. She doesn't have any choices, many choices, like many meds I see here. Well, that's true, but Celexa and Lexapro and Wellbutrin are two excellent medications. So see what happens. Stay in touch with your doctors. Well, you're more than welcome, Susan. How's the teaching going? Go Yankees, all right. They just got beaten by the Astros in the playoffs. By the way, the Brooklyn Dodgers are different than the Yankees. They're now called the Los Angeles Dodgers. Any tips on appetite with depression? I really have to force myself to eat. Yeah, ice cream. Do you like ice cream? There must be some things that you enjoy. Sugar. I'm not recommending it as a regular staple, but go see a dietitian, Pain to Twin. Maybe they can help you overcome that. Things are good in Virginia. You have a good memory. School is good. Lots of busy preschoolers. Of course I have a good memory. Take after my mother. By the way, I'm going to visit a former group member in Washington, D.C. I hear that's near Virginia. Haha. Maybe I can visit you when I'm out there. I'm too much of a germaphobe these days. I hate being around animals. Well, if that's the case, then you could do one of two things. Overcome your fear of germs or stay away from animals. Wow, I'm so sorry about your mom's lymphoma, but I'm wonderfully to beat it. Good for her. Lots of survivors, physical, mental, we're all survivors of depression, emotional pain. There are many survivors out there of physical pain and disease. What did I do with those jokes? I just had them. I threw them somewhere. There's a new group. Actually, my nephew could have been an engineer. He's now trying to be a musician. He had his first album. One of the songs was called Lady Marmalade. It was recorded in a jam session. What kind of exercise do lazy people do? Diddly squats. And finally, I have a musical sister. I really do. That's harmonica. When anxiety hits, I love funny bits. Yes, I love to meet you, Susan McDonald. My first girlfriend was Susan Encherman. I was 5 and she was 5. Brian Janko. I could Purell my mom's dog 3 or 4 times a day. I don't know what that word means. How to overcome fatigue at work while working as a programmer? Well, take lots of breaks. Sitting is bad for you. You need to get up every 30 to 40 minutes, walk around and take deep breaths. That's one way. Sitting is just not good for your health. Our bodies were made to move. So that's one thing. You could always drink some coffee. Kelly Burns, it's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs because they always take things literally. Whoa! Kelly Burns, that was phenomenal. Where'd you get that? Tomorrow I've got my first psychiatrist appointment. I'm curious when they will suggest, hey, one of my cats is called Marmalade. That's very funny. Chris Kaiser, or no, Danny Elson, remember I'm going to send you a book. Let me go over here, open the page. I'll be right back, guys. I need to cut and paste Cheyenne's email address. All right, waiting for pages to open. Why my computer is slow. I am definitely going to get a new computer. All right, I'm going to cut and paste. I need to cut and paste that joke. Here it is right here. That's really, Kelly, you have to tell me where you got it. Okay, let's go back over to pages. Christopher Gonzalez, have to go. I wish you all prosperity and joy in your lives. Thank you, Douglas. Thank you, Lazy Orange. Thank you, everyone. You're all awesome. Well, you are, Christopher. Hope you get that puppy and see us next. Hi, Marmalade. Yes. Mr. Block, can I be a Jew? Well, sure. I mean, I'm one. If your mother is Jewish, you can be one, or you can convert to Judaism. So it's like you can convert to Catholicism or, Islam, like Cat Stevens, the great singer. Yeah. I mean, interesting question. Why do you ask? Is there something about the Jewish faith that attracts you? Marmalade says, hi back. That's great. I was supposed to be selling a goat today, but they flaked. Anybody want a stinky but cute black goat? Yeah, I love goats. I lived on a farm with them in 1971 before you guys were born. But under the covers for 3 days? I didn't think it got that cold in Florida. Oh, you mean you're under the covers because you've been depressed? Well, have someone call you when I couldn't get out of the house, I had to have someone call me and give me support. That's the number one thing. Doug, do you fear having another major depressive episode in the future? Well, I think about it every now and then, but I try not to think about it. I've had 4 of them, but the last 2 were 19 years apart. So I just take it a day at a time, Sana. One of the great things for mental health is to live day by day. I know it's a cliche. Alcoholics Anonymous said it 50 years ago, one day at a time, but that's what I do. So whenever I think about a relapse, I say, cancel, cancel. I sit, take a deep breath, bring myself back to the present and say 3 things I'm grateful for. My health, my partner Joan, and my ability to help you guys out. So do that yourself. Take a deep breath, come back to the present, and mention 3 things you're grateful for. Did you hear about the rapper who raps about mental health? His name is Snoop Dogg. Judaism pretty interesting. Well, yeah, the chosen people. I mean, I don't mean to get overly inflated here, but joking. But no, it's the Judeo-Christian tradition is got a lot of good stuff, as do many other traditions. But yeah. By the way, I can give you probably no Jews on this live chat, but here's the summation or the essence of every Jewish holiday. They tried to kill us, we won, let's eat. There you have it. I got the joke from Board Panda website. Did they have other website, Kelly, other jokes there? Wow, that was a good one. When people say depressive episode, what does that mean? Very good, Wake and Wolves. Well, depression occurs in episodes. You're going along for a while, you dip into the dark house, and then you come out. It's not constant, except if you have dysthymia, which is low-grade chronic depression. So you can have an episode of what? You can have an infection, a relapse of, of some. You can have an episode of malaria, When things are episodic, they're not continuous. They go for a while, and then they come back, and then they leave. Like an episode on a television station, right? Or you have a miniseries, episode 1. Next week, tune into episode 2. So they have a beginning, middle, and end. Jewish holidays, yes. Well, if you ever studied, Jewish history, you'll understand why that's funny. Meds don't work for me. Any advice? Yes. Go talk to your doctor, your psychiatrist. Either try a new one or, there's things called TMS and ECT, depending on how depressed you are. There's also, other things that are non-allopathic that you can try out. Work with your doctor, see what he or she says. Depression, like grief, comes in waves. Thank you. Why is OCD so much related to anxiety? Well, because that's a good question. I think what's behind OCD is fear. Like sometimes I have to go back and make sure that I locked my house because I'm so spacey. I know I locked it. I know I did, but then I have to check on myself. Well, I only do it a couple of times a day, but if I did it 50 to 100 times a day, checking myself, I'd have severe OCD. So I think that the motivation behind all this fear and compulsive behavior is, behind all this compulsive behavior and obsessive thoughts is fear. So, and fear is, of course, the basis of anxiety. How long did you have to go to school for your degree? Well, 4 years for my undergraduate, 2 years for my graduate. If you want to get a PhD, it's more like 8 years. I've tried 4 to 5 different antidepressants before I found one that didn't make me worse. Oh, you did? What was it? By the way, tell that to the person who said their antidepressants aren't working. It's if at first you don't succeed. My grandpa read the Torah in the synagogue up to my ears in Jew. Remember Annie Hall by Woody Allen? He always say, "Did you hear that Jew?" And Max would say, "No." He said, "Did you? Did you?" Anyway, I wish I had a good Jewish joke. This is from a guy who's not here, from England, UK. What's his name? I love him. He's usually, God, what is that guy who tells all these bad puns? Here's one of them. I'd like to tell you some jokes about chimneys. I got a stack of them. What do you call a dog musician? A labracadabrador. You said that before, Lazy Eye Ranch, but that's okay. All right, so we are 58 minutes after the hour. I know I got a late start, but we're going to have to end at 1 because I promised Joan. She's been sleeping on a broken down bed, and guess what, boys and girls? The most important thing you can do for your mental health is to get a good night's sleep. Your immune system, your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system, and your brain. You need sleep to reset your brain. If it's not working out, and even to lose weight, you need good sleep. So yes, we got to get a new bed for Joan so she can sleep well. It's a good investment. That joke made me laugh. I used to be teaching a mainly Jewish primary school. I'm not Jewish myself, but that made me laugh. I kind of wish I was Jewish so that I had family in FES. Well, don't you have family there? We'll make you an honorary Jew. How's that? A lot of Jewish people go into, by the way, the medical profession. They're helpers, Tikkun olam. I want you guys to look that up. It's amazing, amazing Hebrew phrase. It means to heal the world. It's a beautiful thing to live by. All of us are healers. Tikkun. Whoops, can't type, can I? Oh, by the way, we have about 3 minutes left, but anybody who makes any donation, $1 or above, I will go ahead and send you this amazing chart. Self-care activities to improve your mood. I spent 20 years putting this together, and on the other side it says boost your psychological immune system. 45 different ways to basically change your brain chemistry in addition to taking medications, including exercise, of course, laughter, a big one. Yeah, that's why I tell these jokes, so we deadheads can laugh. By the way, speaking of deadheads, anybody a fan of Jerry Garcia? Chris, Ian, Wellbutrin seems to be helping, but it's only been 2 weeks. I'm not well, but I'm moving in that direction. Yeah, it's amazing how many people, including myself, can tolerate Wellbutrin, who cannot tolerate the SSRIs like Prozac and Zoloft. Very interesting. But it's a very good medication, and I'm not going to suggest anybody try it, but you should definitely, talk to your doctor about it. Woody Allen joke. Woody Allen joke. Oh my God. I don't mind death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. How's that? I look at it as a way of cutting down expenses. And of course, the great depressor said, life alternates between the horrible and the miserable. You love the Grateful Dead? Yes, they're early. Look, check out Live Dead from 1971. Oh my God, their best album. Dark Star, Love Light by Pigpen, Saint Stephen, classic. Jewish people pretty much invented stand-up comedy. They know how to turn tragedy into humor. Actually, you're right. John Lennon said the Jews invented show business, but there's a guy named Gary Goldman. He's a very funny Jewish stand-up comedian, and he just did an amazing stand-up comedy for HMO. HBO called The Great Depression. If any of you can possibly see this, he describes, he got ECT eventually. He describes depression better than anybody in the world, and he is brilliant. Does anybody ever heard of this guy? Hold on. I got to type this. This is The Great Depression. They showed it free during National Mental Health Week. B-R-E-S-H. I want you guys, I want someone between now and next week to watch that. I don't care if you have to pay to subscribe to HBO for a week. Oftentimes, they'll give it to you for free if you have cable. Anybody watches that, I will send you a free copy of this chart. It is amazing. What's the name again? Well, there it is. I typed it right out there. Gary Goldman, The Great Depression on HBO. You've lost weight with Real Future? I need to lose weight. I'll double my dose. You're not telling me, Lexapro, yes, makes me sleepy and zonked. Well, did reduce depression, feeling gutted 24 hours a day. Thank you for your good week. Yes, Jim, I love you, dear. Hopefully I'll make it to the UK, and I'm glad you're a Gemini. Yes, Woody Allen is very funny. You watched it. Moody Gem. You watched The Great Depression. Tell everybody here they must watch it. Do you have HBO? I wish you could send everybody a link and we could watch it for free. Thank you, Moody Gem. Give me your email address. I'll send you a free copy of this chart right here. Well, it is 3 minutes after the hour. I know I got a 20-minute start late, but I have only 3% left on the computer. It is 1:03 my time. Next week will be different. I will get the computer all cleaned up before we start. Hey man, it's still 2018. I'm glad you came during the last 2 minutes. How's it going, Joan? Has Bruce come in yet?
Yeah, he's in the backyard.
He's in the backyard. Bruce is in the backyard. Okay, everybody, I have a treat for you before I sign off, before my computer dies. Let's go here. Let's go to all photos. Okay, everybody. Whoopsie daisy, did I screw that up? Man, come on. Try it again. Okay, here he is. Can you see Bruce, everybody? I know the lighting is kind of bad. There he is. Bruce Block. Bruce Block, the most cute Himalayan Persian cat, purebred, worth $1,000 you've ever met. There he is. Ripple is one of the great songs of all time. Yes, of course. Love Ripple. Coldplay is a song I nowadays enjoy. Moody Jim, well, thank you. I'm awesome, and thank you for the $20. I'll be sure to get some coffee with it. Coffee's gone way up in price, have you noticed? Anyway, Moody Gem, I'm glad. Hey, I haven't seen you before. Come back next week. We could use your wisdom. Anyway, well, no one's made a comment about Bruce. Ah, such a cute cat. Finally. I can now sign off in peace with 2% of my battery left. Guess what, guys? This live chat is for you. It's for you to interact and support each other and connect with each other. So, for the next 5 minutes after I sign off, you'll be able to continue to talk to each other, thread each other, exchange emails, phone numbers, anything you could do, and encourage me. Because guess what? We are not meant to heal alone. We are meant to heal in community. That's what this live chat is about, and that's what we all need. We all need to heal in community. So, good luck next week. No one has basically commiserated with me about the daylight savings time being gone. I'm going to be in grief, mourning, but I won't go into major depression. Don't say not. Your subconscious mind does not hear the word no. I'm going to be well this week, and so are you. And we love sweet, fluffy Bruce. Yes, long live Bruce. Is it on Netflix? Excellent question. Oh, my God. What a beautiful cat. Love you, everybody. Okay, well, remember, you can always contact me by leaving comments on YouTube. You can always email me on my little schmutzy email address, douglasbach@gmail.com. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Remember, you guys can continue to chat with each other.